Remember that film called Oh Lucky Man, Isabel? Well, it could have been made about Graham King. He's a caravan park tycoon. They call him the Asylum King. He's 58 years old. He is the founder of his own company, Clearsprings Ready Homes. He has a government contract to provide migrants with accommodation, food and transport. In the past lucrative year, his fortune has soared by 35%. His company rakes in a staggering £4.8 million every day from the government. And the last 12 months has seen him soar into billionaire status. So the migrant crisis, pretty bad thing, I would say, for virtually every person in Britain, but not for those who are cashing in on it, not for the likes of Graham King. There are more Graham Kings in this country, not quite as successful as him, but it's turned into a racket, hasn't it?
I think that fortune that he has made is deeply, deeply unethical. I don't think it's any better, perhaps even worse, than those people that made fortunes out of flogging, PP, whatever it was called,
PPE,
PPE, I'm going to call it,
yeah.
PP,
Or PPI, you mean?
whatever it was called,
Yeah.
that awful plastic stuff that everyone thought
Yeah.
that everybody needed during COVID. There were people that flogged that stuff and made vast fortunes, and it was so unethical, feeding off the back of a healthcare emergency. This is no different. This guy's fortune is taxpayers' money. That's where that fortune comes from. He is making a fortune off the backs of the general public. And there's far too much of this around now. There are far too many vested interests. We're pretty keen for the illegal immigration situation to keep going because they're making very, very fat livings out of it. And you and I have talked about this before, Kev. At the same time, there are a number of very principled hoteliers and almost certainly individual landlords too, who absolutely refuse to have anything to do with this. I think that it is heroic and right to say no to this, tempting as it must be, particularly as this government has made it so difficult for landlords to make a decent living out of normal tenancies. But folks, if you own one of these properties, please just say no.
Exactly. No, but remember that, folks. This guy alone, there are others like him. His company is taking from this government, this naive, born yesterday government is playing this obviously very sharp businessman's company £4.8 million every single day. It's extraordinary. That's the kind of money that's being wasted on this migrant crisis. And while we're on the topic of the migrant crisis, it's our favourite topic, isn't it, in a way, there's been another one of these egregious examples of these ludicrous left-wing immigration tribunal judges letting someone stay for a ridiculous reason. This one, I never understand why we can't know these people's names, but for some reason our legal system protects these people who break into our country illegally and then break the law and then go to jail for things like paedophile child sex abuse, and we protect them. Mustn't name them, that wouldn't be very nice for them. But anyway, for some reason we don't say who these people are. Anyway, this is a Kurdish man, has been spared from the deportation that he was slated for, that he thoroughly deserved, for this reason. He has tattoos that his strict Islamic relatives back in his home country don't like. His body art is not apparently slavishly pro-Muslim enough. So he said to this court, if you send me back home, if you deport me back to my home country, my family, they'll get violent with me. They really disapprove of my tattoos. So the judge goes, oh, well, in that case, you can stay. Do you know what I would have said if I was the judge? Well, look, I'm still deporting you. Here's an idea. Don't go and see your family when you get home. How about that solution?
I thought you were going to say, here's an idea. Here's 50 quid. Take it down to the local tattoo artist store and get your tattoos changed for something else. You know, a big blob or whatever it may be. But that is not a reason to impose this character on the British people and the tax system for any longer. I mean, people hate this stuff. They absolutely hate this stuff. And as long as these cases, these completely ridiculous cases keep coming, Keir Starmer, doesn't matter what he does, he manages to reduce immigration by 50,000 or 100,000. Doesn't matter a jot. If there are still these cases and there are still people pouring across the channel, he's going to get no political credit for it at all.
Yeah, we've literally got 30 seconds to make this point. One of Starmer's new crackdown measures is he's going to tell these immigration judges, to ignore the ECHR when it comes to the right to a family life. The reason they keep letting these deranged psychopaths and paedophiles stay in this country. Well, how's that going to work? I mean, why have they been enforcing the ECHR's clause so far? They're not going to stop doing this. What Starmer said today was a waste of time. It'll make a lot of headlines, already has, but it won't make any difference at all. Isabel, fantastic to talk to you as always.